We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. This is the motto, used by a group of hackers, pedophiles, and terrorists called Anonymous. You may not have heard of them. You certainly may not have seen them. However, they are out there. But they are anonymous. Anonymous by definition means without any name acknowledged as that of author or contributor. And that is exactly who they are. Originally founded on the image board 4chan, Anonymous was a way to identify people who wish to be unidentified. 4chan.org is a website where discussions and debates take place amongst many other things. Opinions can be thrown up and considered, and stories can be shared. And what sets 4chan apart from other discussion sites is that there are no accounts or logins. No email addresses need to be given, no first names or even aliases. Anybody can bring up the website and immediately start posting, sharing ideas and information under the name Anonymous. Often represented by a Guy Fawkes mask made popular by the V for Vendetta comic book and movie, the mask symbolises upbringing and mutiny. Guy Fawkes was a man made famous for his attempted destruction of Parliament in London in 1605. People would see his face and pair it with words such as traitor and terrorist. However, the main character in the comic book called V, shown sporting the mask, symbolises a voice for the people, challenging them to stand up for their rights. This is what the mask represents, and this is who Anonymous are.
5 years ago, Anonymous gained massive media attention from Fox 11, labelling them as an internet hate machine and hacker gangs.
They call themselves Anonymous. They are hackers on steroids.
This report, as well as many other media coverages, portray Anonymous as terrorists and good-for-nothing scum.
I believe they're domestic terrorists.
They showed interviews of people begging for Anonymous to stop hacking their MySpace accounts and claiming their whole families have been under attack. This report goes on to say that the only reason Anonymous does these hateful, horrible things is because they do it for fun and to get laughs.
Of LOL, which stands for laugh out loud.
The key to understanding who Anonymous is in the name. People have compared Anonymous to an organisation, when really an organisation would be the least accurate way to describe them. Anonymous has no leaders, no followers, no hierarchy, and so no orders are given to anybody else. They are all just people scattered across the world, meeting and discussing on the internet, all fighting under the banner, Anonymous.
The best way to describe Anonymous is a group action from people all over the internet fighting for one goal.
This member of Anonymous gave us his take on the group.
I've been a part of Anonymous for about 6 years. The main misconception with Anonymous is that every member is either a hacker or a terrorist. Now, it is true that in the past, Anonymous has threatened to kill people, and some people have received bomb threats from Anonymous. However, when one person says they're doing this as a part of Anonymous, this event reflects on the entire group, when only one person did this by themselves. But then you can't turn around and say, this isn't what Anonymous stands for, this is not who we are. Because Anonymous doesn't live under any rules. Individuals unite with other individuals. Also, when people say that Anonymous hacks websites and takes action just for fun, it's completely ridiculous. Research events associated with Anonymous, and you tell me that the pointless outnumber the cause was fighting for the tribe.
So we did, and found that Anonymous plays a big part in protests against the Church of Scientology, Australian government's plans to censor the internet, and have hacked numerous government websites including the Syrian Defence Ministry to protest, and replacing the entire website with the Bahathist flag, a symbol for the pro-democracy movement in the country. In 2011, as a part of Operation Darknet, Anonymous targeted child pornography websites that were protected through secret hosting techniques.
The growing trade of child pornography has become a major problem.
Anonymous shut down 40 of these websites and published over 1,500 names of people frequently using them, and invited the FBI and Interpol to follow up.
The interesting thing with Anonymous is that nobody can technically join. Everybody is and can be anonymous. Anonymous is spread over many mediums and languages, with membership being achieved by simply wishing to be a part of it.
Anonymous is the first internet-based superconscious. Anonymous is a group in the sense that a flock of birds is a group. How do you know they're a group? because they're all traveling in the same direction. At any given moment, more birds can join, leave, peel off in another direction entirely.
Anonymous is a unifying voice of the people. There is no hierarchy system to keep people in check and believing what some want to believe. Anonymous is a system where you are free to think whatever you want. Speak the truth and say what you feel. Anonymous will not silence your views. Members of Anonymous who attempt to shut down your views are often ridiculed and shunned. Anonymous is not a gang. Anonymous is not a racist. Anonymous is not a hacker. Anonymous is not a terrorist. Anonymous is humanity when society's spotlight is shining elsewhere. Anonymous is your neighbour and your grocer. He is your doctor and your friend. Anonymous is not to be feared, but to be respected and ignored. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive.
And we do not forget.
Expect us.